On December 10, 2024, the Sierra Leone police issued a public notice revealing that Guinean authorities had repatriated several individuals to the Balamuya border, citing their alleged involvement in illicit activities deemed a threat to Guinea's national security. However, Sierra Leone's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kabba, described the move as undiplomatic, emphasizing that both countries share strong bilateral ties. He stated that a more collaborative and diplomatic approach could have been pursued to address the situation.
On the 10th of this month, I got a distress call from the ambassador of Sierra Leone to Guinea that it just online say.
On the 10th of this month, I received a distressed call from the Sierra Leonean embassy to Guinea. He informed me that 2 trucks carrying Sierra Leoneans were transported from Guinea. Security forces stated that they would not allow Guineans to transport people without proper identification and diplomatic measures. However, this was not followed in this case. What happened in Guinea was that security forces conducted a raid in a specific area believed to be a slum infested with drugs. While it is their right as a sovereign state to carry out such actions, they must do so without violating the rights of foreign citizens. According to the Sierra Leonean embassy in Guinea, the government was conducting a mopping up exercise, targeting areas where suspected criminals operate without restraint. During their operation, foreign nationals were detained at the crime scene. Due to the existing bilateral relationship with Sierra Leone, the Guinean authorities deported the Sierra Leonean citizens without following due process. The respectability of our country is at stake in this situation. While we also reserve the right to expel the Guinean ambassador, we intend to address this matter through a diplomatic channel.
The respectability of this country is at stake. And we said they're right for even expelling an ambassador out of the country. But the wisdom of the president, the wisdom of the leadership of the government decides to engage in diplomatically.
The incident has since sparked heightened tribal sensitivities, particularly within the Fula community, where concerns of discrimination and harassment have emerged. Members of the community allege they are being unfairly targeted, detained and accused of being Guineans residing in Sierra Leone illegally. On December 16th, the Fula Progressive Union issued a formal statement urging the government to end what they describe as harassment and unlawful detentions. Some representatives voiced their dissatisfaction during the press briefing.
For example, arrests were made, and according to a report by the SLBC,
arrests were made recently at Texaco. During the incident, one individual who was not Fula presented his ID card and was subsequently released. However, there were other individuals arrested at the same scene who also had ID cards and passports, but they were Fulas and were not released. Is it a coincidence that over 90% of those arrested were Fulas, and even those with ID cards were not released? We need to know if this is really not targeting.
So the question is it a coincidence that over 90% of the people arrested were Fula, and even those who were Fulas with IDs were not released? So we will need for tell me if this is really not targeting.
Responding to these allegations, Minister Kabba firmly clarified that President Bio has not mandated any institution to conduct raids or target any particular ethnic group. The security forces also maintained their position, emphasizing that no set of tribes are being targeted for the security operations carried out in the country.
We don't target, we don't target Fulas. May God forbid. Alright? We're targeting drug dealers, and we're targeting those foreigners who don't obey the law. In this country, there is a constitution. You must obey the law.
Despite these reassurances, The issue continues to fuel tension, particularly on social media, where misinformation appears to be further complicating public perceptions. Analysts stress the importance of addressing the matter carefully to prevent further escalation. Meanwhile, Guinea's foreign minister is expected in Freetown as a special envoy to convey a message to President Bio, signaling a step towards diplomatic engagement between the two nations. AYV will continue to bring you updates on this deeply complex diplomatic controversy. Memuna Tusuma, AYV News, Freetown.